What is up, people of YouTube? I'm your host Vernon. This is Lava Butte. Let's fish that. Okay, so if you have been following me for a while, you will know that this is not my first outing to Lava Butte. I've been here a few times before. This is the type of place where if you find a deep hole and you have some night crawlers, you cast it out there and you're kind of guaranteed to get a catfish. But that is not why I'm here today. Previous time I was out here, I caught a little redfin shiner. After researching about it and seeing how to tell the difference between the fish, I actually found a little piece of research that people did to find out what fish are in these waters, and they show you the different fish and how to identify them. And from that I learned that there are some more species out here that I have not yet gotten on my life list. So that report talked about stuff like golden shiners, some dace, and a lot of different types of sucker fish as well. None of them I have on my life list. So my plan for today is going down there using my micro setup and trying to see if I can find any of these small fish out there. Of course, I know people don't always like the idea of small fish, so I'm going to turn this into a two-part thing. First part is going to be finding some microfish, or attempting to find some microfish, and the second part, because I still have some of my oats pack bait left, I'm going to go down there and try and find some carp or some catfish, try and find some bigger fish after finding the small ones, hopefully. Alright, so also on my last outing I managed to break my microphone, so I'm not going to be recording that much sound out here. We're going to have lots of waterfall noises and stuff like that. I'll try and speak loudly so the little camera can pick up what I'm saying, but most likely we're going to have some music and some lovely scenes around. So let's get down there and let's see if we can find some fish. Okay guys, let's quickly have a look at what I'm using out here this morning. I have some 4-pound test line, a little barrel swivel. I'm using that kind of as a weight to get my stuff into the water, and then I have a tiny little hook on there. This is actually the smallest treble hook that I could find. I just removed 2 of the hook parts, exposing only one, and we're only going to use this small one little hook to try and catch some fish out here today. I am of course using some night crawlers out here. I was trying to find the little red worms, but unfortunately they were out of stock, so I have to go for the night crawlers. Hopefully they will keep well in this heat we're having out here. But when it comes to baiting our little hook, we don't need an entire worm like this. We're only going to be using the literal tip of the worm, so as small a piece as you can get from the front part of the worm. You're just going to break that off. Okay, so as small as possible piece that you can find, you're just going to thread that on the hook. You want to leave a small piece of the hook exposed. Make sure that it's on the hook entirely, but you want a small piece of the hook exposed. That's the part that's going to grab onto the fish. Okay, and along with everything I have a little bowl here that I'm going to use as my photo tank. I'm going to fill it with water. If I catch any fish I'll put it in there so we can have a good look at it. Our first little fish for today, little baby largemouth bass. Quickly gonna release this guy. Alright guys, see, microfishing isn't that bad. Got a nice lippable size bass from this little stream here. I'm going to release him back in the big part of the river because I think this little fish is way too big to be spending his time in this little stream. I'm going to release him in the river itself. And off he goes. Alright guys, so these videos probably aren't as much fun to watch as they are to film. Even though it is very hot out here, it's very fun walking and stalking these fish. You have to be quiet, you have to move slow, you have to try and stay behind some cover, making sure that these fish don't spot you. They tend to run off as soon as they see anything approaching. So this walk and stalk to find these fish is actually pretty fun to do. We got quite a lot of fish on the microfishing. Most of them were small little bass. Finally managed to land small fish that I kept seeing around. That turned out to be the western mosquito fish. So not a new species, but glad that I actually caught one from here. And then as far as the bigger fish goes, tried my carp rod with the pack bait on there with some corn. All that did was attract the catfish in a lot quicker. I kept getting catfish after catfish after catfish. I packed away my carp setup. I was just using a little light setup with a piece of night crawler on there, and still managed to get quite a few of these little channel cats that we have here in Lava Butte. Alright guys, if this is the first video of mine you're seeing, consider hitting the big red subscribe button, join my community. I will put some links in this card above here to the other videos I have here at Lava Butte if you want to go and check that out. Also at the end of this video there will be clickable links if you want to go and check out those videos as well. And as always, feel free to write anything down in the comments, ask any questions down there as well. If you enjoyed this little video, give me a little thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.